This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
Hello folks, Philip Chan here for the iPhone app review. Today we're taking a look at Arrivo HD. This is a video app review of a iPad, iPod Touch, and iPhone travel and commuting app available on iOS specifically for Italy in the city of Rome. Here's the main layout. Now, we've taken a look at this app before on the iPhone app review, and they've changed a few things to try and streamline the layout, add some translations, and make it a little more, I guess, performance friendly. In the past, we had some issues with crashing, and it looks like a lot of those issues are resolved. So for starters, when you download this app, it is $3.99, optimized for devices running 6.1 or later. You are presented with a map of the entire world. Don't be fooled. The main focus is right here in Italy, specifically. Not only just, there's plenty of other parts in Italy that are not really included. Well, it looks like this area actually is. Nepal's here. Let's see what other areas they've added since then. Yeah, the main focus is the major cities. Naples, I cannot pronounce it, Naples, and of course the eternal city itself, Rome. Now, one complaint we had in the past was sometimes the just large number of information would totally clutter the screen, and sometimes often actually freeze the app, even on more powerful iPads. As you can see here, there's quite a bit of information just generating as I sit here. You do need an active network connection. Let's go ahead and zoom in. It's showing you where taxis are located, and you can use that to pick a taxi in relationship to your current destination, which is a pretty handy feature. Let's say you want to go ahead and reserve that taxi, maybe like Uber or Lyft style. You can just hail a taxi from your app. You can do so from here, which is one of my favorite features of this app. Simply tap on a taxi. You can find out the information about that taxi. Sometimes it'll actually have driver's name, air condition, Wi-Fi, whatever they accept. That one doesn't. Let's see if we can pick up one that does. Usually they do show it. Alright, here's one. This one, you can actually reserve it if you need to, or get the information. So let's go ahead and get the information. Here you can see the driver's name. Oh, it doesn't show. It does show they have Wi-Fi and air-conditioned car, where they actually go to, and some information, discounts, the year of the car, license number, a lot of information. It's pretty cool. We're back. If the app just crashed as I tried to reserve it. A little bit disappointing. Not sure why that happened. So I'll go ahead and move that and go back to Rome. I wish the app would auto-center in Rome. That would be really nice, or Italy at least, instead of having to scroll all the way over all the time. Let's see if we can find out who's in the area. So here we are by the Rome airport. Tap this taxi again. Get the information. Not any info on this one. Let's see what other info we can find on these taxis. I'm trying to show you all when it shows like the driver's name and all that too, which I think is a really neat feature. That's a little more of a personal touch. You kind of know what you're getting here in Arrivo. Here we go. Here come all the taxis. They kind of float across the screen in a really odd manner. Looks like the ones that just have info don't actually have the name, but some of these, and the minus 10%. Here we go. Information on this taxi. Driver's name, David. Here's some information about the taxi right here. They do have AC, no Wi-Fi. They do have a discount. So these little red bubbles here, if you see those, you have a discount for users to go ahead and reserve with the app, which is a pretty neat feature. So if I was actually going to reserve a taxi, look at all these taxis just exploding across the screen. Tap that. It is impossible to acquire your location. Please try on location, move, or somewhere to try again. Now, of course, my location is not in Italy, although I'd love to fly out here to do this app review. Come on. But if I was, it would pick up where my location is, calculate that with the taxi, and go from there. And that's why it's not showing up, which may be the relationship with the previous error I had. Now, that's not all there is in Arrivo. There's also kind of a social media feature, challenges here. Group walk, taxi sharing, full car drive, globetrotter. You can use it in 20 different locations, but it's not really that relevant when the main focus of the app is here in Italy. The others are kind of cool. The full car drive, group walk, taxi sharing. You can challenge your friends. You can share it as well. I like these new additions to Arrivo. And also look at the leaderboards as well. As you can tell, not a lot of usage in that area. It's clear the developer has put in a lot of work in trying to keep this app updated, listening to feedback from reviewers, and adding new features and trying to streamline the performance. Really impressed with that. So, of course, it's like a Google Maps view. You can also change it to satellite, which is my personal favorite. I'm going to an area I really need to look at what it looks like. Really beautiful view here. Google Maps has done a lot. and of course hybrid if you want to see streets and the actual satellite view, which is probably the most useful view overall. There's also a variety of other information you can pull up here, including different restaurants, places to sleep, etc., etc. I'll fetch some places of interest, and of course the taxis. Finally, let's not forget, of course, there's also not only there's neighbors, there's buses here in this area you can look at, and then there's a teleport feature and a time machine feature. I could tap on both these. Whenever I do tap on them, it crashes and tries to demand my login, so I've held off on this. These are additional purchase items though, hence the little lock thing right here. We can go to buses, we can go to stops as well, and look at stops in the location. Some of those features don't seem to work quite as well until you're actually there. So let's say I'm right here. Now I want to actually get there. Whoops. You can choose taxi ride, car ride, public transportation, or find people. Well, this is a neat feature for a taxi ride, for a car ride, for a walk. It's kind of like a sharing feature. And you can usually get located to other people. Social networks, like share your path on the internet. So it's a different option you have. So in short, in Arrivo, interesting app. I think commuters in the area or anyone needing a taxi definitely should keep it in mind. If I was going to Rome, I would have this app with me just as a backup for hailing a taxi at the very least, given that I really can't speak the language. It might be very useful. Is there still some glitches, some areas that need to be ironed out? Yeah. Have the developers made a good effort to really streamline the app? Definitely. So if you're going to Italy, specifically Rome, I'd definitely take a look at Arrivo. It's $3.99 through the iTunes store. Little ways to go with continuing to streamline the app, but definitely some neat features, and I'm pretty impressed with it. Alright guys, solid. I give this a solid 4 out of 5. Take care.